what's up guys, it's NashCrafter and welcome to my channel for another episode here in my vanilla Let's Play world. We are back for this episode and you guys can see behind me we have the Palace of Patrons, which is what we did in the last episode. Now I do have to just say something before we get started here. I do want to apologize in advance if my voice sounds a little weird in this video or if I sound croaky or nasally or raspy at all. My voice has gotten a lot better, but I still am getting over being sick. I was sick the last 3 days with a pretty bad cold, so I am slowly getting over it and I'm feeling a lot better, but my voice is it's still adjusting, so I hope it doesn't sound like too bad or different. But if you guys do notice that it sounds a tinge different or raspy or nasally or anything like that, just know that I have been sick for a little while, so I'm still kind of getting over that. And I didn't get to play Minecraft too much when I was sick. I played a little bit, but it was more like mining and collecting resources and things like that. And I actually got a new fit. You guys can see here I got the diamond armor, which is awesome. I did find a few diamonds while I was mining, which is great. And then I found this cap too, this little iron helmet in a village, which was really awesome. But for today's video, we are actually going to jump back into the Palace of Patrons. I have a few things that I want to do for this, and then we are also going to be doing a build. I'm so excited. I have been promising you guys the lumber mill build for, a while now. I'm very excited to finally get the lumber mill going and get it started, and yes, it should be a good episode. I'm very excited, but let's flip around and let's get started. The first thing we need to do is we need to change this over into purple. I asked you guys on the last episode what you thought, if you liked red or if you liked purple better, and a lot of you guys voted purple. So that is the first thing we are going to do. We're going to grab actually this is blue terracotta, but to me it's like the color purple. It definitely looks purple to me, at least. So I just got in the habit of calling it purple, but it is blue terracotta, so we're just going to switch all of this over and you guys will see, I think this will transform the build quite a lot. What we're also going to be doing in today's episode, as I kind of mentioned, is we are going to be doing the lumber mill, which is really exciting. I kind of put the build together off camera in a creative test world, and I'm really excited about how it turned out. Like, it actually looks really cool. It fits the style of our town off over there, so that's going to be so cool to see come together. And I think I'm going to do that in the form of a time lapse. That's kind of how I normally do my bigger builds, and I wasn't expecting this build to be as big as it is, but it's actually quite huge, so I'm gonna have to do it in the form of a time lapse, I think, just to kind of make sure I get the whole thing on camera so you guys can see it. I really like doing time lapses because it makes sure that you guys get to see everything. Yeah, that should be pretty cool. But let's see, let's take a step back. I want to show you guys what the purple looks like. So there we go. Yeah, that's awesome. And then I think once we take out these big chunks it's really gonna change the look of this. I guess we should just take all of this out. I was gonna kind of leave some stragglers, but then I was like, nah, we can't only do half the job. We gotta do the whole job. So taking all of this red out, I think the red looked good, but a lot of you guys did seem to like the purple when I put the picture in. And personally, I really like the purple too. That was the first way I did it. I really like the red because I could do like a red carpet. And I totally forgot that I didn't mention that I hollowed this out. So this is all ready to be decorated, and I'm very excited to start decorating this. This is going to look cool. Again, I have another plan for this as well. I did a test on this, and I think it's going to look pretty good once it's all done. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm actually gonna go through and fill in everything that's red, and I'm gonna turn it into purple, and then I'll come back with you guys and we'll start working on the actual design on the inside of here. So that's gonna be more of the exciting part, I think, because you guys already saw me do this in the time lapse in the last episode. So it's gonna be really simple, just switching over some colors. But yeah, I'm gonna get that done and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so I am back and I switched everything over to purple, so it's looking pretty good. It looks awesome. So yeah, it's pretty cool, but heading on the inside, I did a little bit of decorating, so it looks a little bit different, but I didn't want to do too much off camera without you guys. So I just added the little chambers, the little holes where my armor stands are going to be placed. I added some lighting, which I think actually looks really cool. It gives this like really nice overhead lighting effect that makes it look like more of a showroom, like I'm showcasing something really important, which I am. This is super important. This is super awesome. So what I want to do is I want to add trapdoors over the glowstone, and I think I want to go on each side. So this is going to take a lot of iron, but this is just a little decorative thing that I think would look really nice. Now my pickaxe was breaking, so my Fortune 3 Efficiency 4 pickaxe, it is breaking. I also put my other tools up here, and I made myself an iron pickaxe that was enchanted just so I could get myself some more diamonds to replace this pickaxe with. I'm going to be doing that here soon, probably in the next episode. I probably won't do that in this episode because I really want to get mending. That's something that we really got to do. It's going to be important, and I'm just going to kind of set this area up. I don't know exactly how it's going to go yet, but I want to use some of this polished andesite because I think it looks really nice. And there's a giant hole down there, which was really hard not to fall down when I was trying to put the spruce wood in here, but I think it turned out okay. So then we'll patch that back up, flip around here, go like that, and I wanted to center this block. So future plans, I want to go to the end soon. That's something that I think could be really nice to do. Getting the elytra would be so awesome, as well as getting myself I'll have access to endstone, a lot of ender pearls. Ender pearls is going to be really nice for building, so I kind of am really excited to get started on making an enderman farm. I think that would be great. And of course, we got to get the dragon egg, so that's going to be super important. Alright, next thing I want to do is put the armor stands in their places. So they're just going to go in the center, just like this, and I wanted to do 3 wide because I thought that would look really nice. And see how the light just kind of shines down on the armor stands? I think that is so cool, and this is where all of my patrons are going to be. And just so you guys know too, in the future, if you do decide to become a patron, you can head over to my Patreon server. It's going to be linked in the description below so that you guys can find it, check it out for yourself. So each patron gets their own little place in my world, which is super cool. You get one of these guys, and you get to pick the armor of your choice depending on which tier you choose. And you also get your head, your player head in my world. So we're going to be doing the player heads here in a second, but I also wanted to just put the armor on the armor stands really quickly. Most of the lovely people who have joined my server have chosen either gold armor or chainmail armor, and I have to say I have not been able to get my hands on chainmail, so that's going to be something that we kind of have to wait on for a little bit. I promise I will get all of the chainmail armor in here. It's just going to take a little bit because you have to get chainmail from mob drops. So the golden chainmail armor is for my tier 3 patrons, and I have 6 of those that we need to put in. So I do have 4 here, so I got 4 gold, and then I've got 2 chainmail. So like I said, I need to get myself some extra chainmail. Those will be put in here, but I will be placing the heads in today, so you guys will know. You'll get to see your player head here in my world, which is really cool. I also had a tier 4, which is the diamond armor. You will get a full set of diamond armor if you do decide to choose the tier 4 on my Patreon, and I'm going to put the 2 chainmails right here. So that's how that's going to work. Dragon egg right here. So I do need to use a code to get the player heads in, a little type of command to make it work, which I personally don't mind doing. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm trying to keep this series super vanilla, and technically using a command or a cheat type of thing is not vanilla-esque, but I think for this it's important, and I think for this that it doesn't change the game in any way. It doesn't help me change the game in any way. It just kind of adds a player head into the world. So I'm going to be adding your guys' player heads. It'll just take me a couple seconds to get them all together, and then I'll be right back with you guys, and we will say thank you to our patrons, and we'll put them in our Palace of Patrons. I actually got this idea from a really good friend of mine. His name is JNSN, and he does this with his patrons, and I just thought it was really cool, and I kind of wanted to try it out for myself and do this with my patrons as well, because I think it's a really good way to show you guys off and put you in my world and incorporate you in this, because you guys do so much for me, and I just think it's really cool. So yeah, we need to put these guys in their place. So the first one we need to do is Ravenite. So the first one, I got my first ever patron. Thank you, Raven. Super awesome. Haven't decided where I want to place the heads yet. I could put them on the armor stands, which might be cool, but then I wouldn't need the hats. So I don't know if I want to do that. Or I could put them in front of, ooh, that looks cool too. Could put them right in front of their armor. I could put them like on a diagonal like that. That could be kind of cool. So as you're coming down, you see the player head, and then you can see their armor displayed. I think I'm going to do that. I think that's really cool. So this is going to be one of the chainmail ones. Again, thank you so much, Ravenite, for becoming a patron. Playing on my server, it means so much to me. So then the next one was Indigo Jello, which is this guy right here. And we can go put him over by gold armor because this is what he decided to choose. Again, thank you, Indigo. And then next we've got Kayla. We'll just put her on this side. So C Sandman was the other one who wanted chainmail. So we're going to put him right here. There we go. That is actually awesome. I really, really like that. It's kind of a little ominous because you have all these little heads peering in at you, but I do think it looks kind of cool because you can actually see them. They're kind of there on display. So the next one is Jalbers 1, 2, 4. So Jalbers wanted gold armor. We're just gonna put him right there. And then the next one is Recross, I think is how it's pronounced. I hope I'm not butchering that. I hope I'm not butchering any of your guys' names because I don't want to do that. But there I'm gonna make mistakes. So I hope I'm not totally butchering your name. And last but not least, we have Stevo54, and he gets the diamond armor for choosing the tier 4. So we're gonna put him right there. And yeah, this is cool. This is really, really cool. Now, this is a little bit subject to change. I might be changing this around a little bit. I haven't decided, like, again, I don't know if that's exactly where I want the player heads yet. So I do have a little bit of decorating to do still. That's something that I need to take some time to do. So it's going to take me a while just to kind of spruce this thing up. But I promise I will show you once I'm fully finished. And everything is looking good. So I'll be right back with you guys once I've got this fully decorated, and we will move on to that lumber mill. Also, I am going to be linking JANSEY'S channel down in the description so that you guys can find it. He has an amazing Let's Play series going on right now, and I really think you guys need to check it out if you haven't. He, like I said, he's one of my great friends, and I really like the work he does in his single player world. So I think it'd be cool if you guys went down, checked out his channel, and showed him some love because he's a really cool person. He's really awesome, and yeah. But let's walk this way, and the next project I want to get started in today's episode is that lumber mill. So I've been talking about this for a little while now, and the lumber mill is going to be a project that I'm super stoked for. Ooh, I'm getting shot, and a creeper's following me. Okay, let's run, let's run. Now, the thing about this build is it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I am going to do this in the form of a time lapse just because I personally really love time lapses, and I know you guys really enjoy the time lapses too. So that is how I'm going to be doing this, because seeing a big build come together in a time lapse, there's just something about it that is just so awesome, so cool to me. So I believe, I'm 100% sure that is how we are going to be doing this build here. My horse is up there. I'll have to go and get him. I also have another horse, actually. I went out and found one, and I have no clue where he went. I got all my chests ready, so I've got hopefully enough materials to get myself by with this build. If not, I'll probably have to do a break in between the time lapse and then collect more resources, but I think we'll be okay. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. We are going to get started with this time lapse. So I hope you guys really, really enjoy this, and I will see you here in just a few seconds. Welcome back, guys. This view is a little strange, but I'm going to flip around and show you guys what the lumber mill looks like. I'm very, very excited. I think it turned out cool. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. You guys got to see the whole process, which was awesome, except for the interior decorating. So I did do the interior decorating off camera. Swoosh. The chests are kind of in the way here. But this is it. This is the lumber mill, guys. I think it looks pretty awesome. Now, I have to admit, it doesn't look like your normal lumber mill. The building, the structure is kind of more, it almost looks like it could be a house, sort of. It doesn't look like I looked up pictures of lumber mills when I was building this to try to get some inspiration, and I took a little bit of inspiration, but not full inspiration, because this area was kind of an interesting spot to work with, to where I don't think I could fit a massively huge lumber mill. Now, the only thing is the back is a little boring. I need to actually add a furnace back here, like a huge brick furnace, so that it provides provide power if it worked, which it can't, because you know it's Minecraft. But that's kind of the idea behind it, is that there's this power system and it's hooked to the back here. So that's why this area back here looks a little boring. It's just because I haven't put that in yet. I need to get myself a lot of clay in order to do that. I love this detail. This is supposedly where the logs kind of get pushed out from the machine, and they've kind of broken up the ground and make it look like it's really rugged and torn apart. Now we're gonna head over to the front. I'll show you guys the interior, just because this is kind of where you would come in. Originally, I wanted to keep this very open because they do need to be able to put logs in and out of here, so I thought, you know, keeping big open arches towards the back and the front would be a good idea. So it looks like this, and I really like this. I had a really limited space to work with, sort of. You know, I had this long hallway, and that's pretty much it. And I wanted to keep an open ceiling. Again, they're going to have big logs in here, so got to keep it as open as possible. So this is the little machine I came up with. It doesn't work or anything. You can push these levers and they kind of make it look like some of the parts are movable, which I think is cool. I think it's just a little detail. Again, the log is being sent through the saw here, so this is supposed to kind of act as a saw to break apart all of the wood, which is awesome. Got a little anvil here that I can use. There's several little anvils that can be used, and I wanted to use them in the decoration. There is a secret tree farm in this build that we're going to go take a look at, which I kind of showed, but I didn't show it with the build, so we're going to kind of look at that too. And then this is, again, where I will put all of the different wood types, and we can store all of our wood here, which I think will be really great. And then a little workbench for any of the guys who are, you know, working at the saw. Now, here is a little office. So I've decided that there is going to be a story behind this place. So this is Leroy's lumber mill, and this is where Leroy lives. Now, we don't have a Leroy. It's just kind of just a story, but I think it's cool to give this place an actual owner, and his name is Leroy. So this is his office. This is where he, you know, checks out customers and stuff like that. We've got a secret button that you can come through, keep it protected. This is where the secret tree farm is. So this is where Leroy gets a lot of his logs. Now this is the part that doesn't really make sense, because obviously you couldn't fit a log through here, but it's just, it's Minecraft. It's just for pretend. It's more so we can actually play and we can have a tree farm down there. And I showed you guys this in the last episode, so I don't need to go down there, but it's basically just a big open spot where you can fit trees, cut down trees, things like that. And then if we go up here, this is where Leroy sleeps. So I like to hide beds in all of my builds, because you never know when you're going to be in the world and it's just going to randomly become nighttime. Or I thought by putting a mini bedroom up here for Leroy that we could actually use this to sleep. So pretty cool. It's really small. There's no window. There was originally a window in here, but it kind of looked weird on the outside of the build, so I did take it out, and he just has this little lamp. But he's a hard worker, so he doesn't really spend too much time up there. He likes to spend his time, you know, in his job, at his work, and stuff like that. So yeah, got Leroy's first sapling. So this was Leroy's first sapling. He wanted to hang it on the wall because he was super proud of his business. And then Leroy's first lumber axe. Again, just a little fun thing. This was the first axe he used to cut down his first tree, and this was a sapling from one of his first trees. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I just thought that would be a fun little thing to add here, and it looks really good on the wall. It kind of fits the decor and the vibe of this place. Now there's a couple things I want to do before we fully finish out this episode. So we are going to be making piles of wood. Now this is something that you guys have probably seen a million times. A lot of people do this in their build, and they will do piles of logs. So if you guys haven't seen this, this is kind of how you do it. So that's probably a good size, and then we'll kind of indent one in like this, maybe go a little longer. There we go. And then we can go one on top, make this hang over the edge a bit. And what it's supposed to look like is these logs just got shipped over. They're ready to be cut by the saw and, you know, used as wooden planks so we can make all of our other builds. So that's kind of the idea. I think this is really cool. Let's do one over like that. And then we can put straps. So we can use little minecart rails, and they look like straps like that. Now again, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this design before. It's pretty popular. I've seen it quite a few times used, and I've just personally never done it myself, but I do think it looks really nice and it fits the build. So something just like that maybe, and then we can tie it off. This is looking like a full-on lumber mill, and I love this build. I really, really do. It's a lot bigger than I originally thought it was going to be, kind of like I said earlier. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I did get myself a diamond cap. I felt like it was necessary to have full diamond armor instead of, you know, the one piece of iron and then all the rest diamonds. So I am in a new fit. It's looking good. We need to enchant it. But like I said, that is going to have to be the end of today's episode. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of my patrons. Thank you so much for your support through my Patreon. It is so awesome that you guys decided to check out my page. That makes me feel really great. And also thank you to you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for coming over. I really appreciate you checking out my videos and coming over to my channel. But that is all I have to say for today's episode. Thank you guys. Again, I can't say it enough. I've said it a million times. But you guys are awesome. I will see you in the next episode. I hope you all have a very beautiful, wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.